Sit down.
Welcome to this episode of Small Bike Stuff. Finally, a proper UBCO 2x2 review. Yes, that's right, 2x2, not 4x4, 2x2. And as the name suggests, this thing is two-wheel drive. Here I am on a Kiwi farm with the UBCO 2x2. It's a New Zealand designed product. Full disclosure, I do actually work for UBCO, which is why I've hesitated in making this video for so long. However, I haven't told anyone at UBCO that I'm actually making this video. I'm going to try be as unbiased as possible, and just for clarity and context, my role does not involve selling this thing, and my role does not involve designing or creating this thing. So I'm truly just a person that uses this bike. So what exactly have we got here? We've got a weird looking bike. It's very lightweight. I'll throw the weight on the screen right now, and it's got the smaller battery option. They come with two options for the battery. So this battery here is the 2.1. And they also have a 3.1. On a 3.1 battery, which is the larger battery, the first question you're going to be asking is range. Well, you would on the 2 as well, but let's go for the highest battery. It says 120 kilometers range max in the brochures. That is done on a velodrome at about 30 kilometers per hour. So more realistically, you're getting about 80 to 100 kilometers of distance out of this thing with regular use. And we do have two-wheel drive. So let's go round the other side and have a look exactly what we mean by two-wheel drive. There's no chains, there's no sprockets, and there's a cow poo right here, so apologies for that. But there are hub motors. So there's a motor inside here. I'll throw a video on the screen of what the exploded view of that motor actually looks like. And as you'll see, there's a cable here coming out, which goes right the way into the front console. So the front console here houses all the electronics. This is the battery, which is removable. There's a lock to lock the battery in place if you want. There's a steering lock up here as well, which uses the same key. And in the back here is just hiding a couple of cables which connect through to the rear motor, and all of the stuff up there which connects the rear tail light as opposed to the front tail light, and the turn signals as well. It's got front suspension, it's got rear suspension. There is a bit of dampening and adjustability on the front suspension, same with the rear. And overall, this thing here is a pretty capable bike, but these tires that I've got on at the moment are not suitable for this farm. So these are road tires, and these come from Michelin. They're a Michelin City Grip Pro, I believe. It's a 275 by 17, and they are a pretty good tire on the road. As you'll see, we've got LED lighting here, LED lighting here, LED lighting here. We've got LED lighting here, LED lighting here, LED lighting here. So it's all LED lighting. Once this thing's on, you get the startup screen there, and it's straight into neutral. This version of the bike does have a side stand switch, so you cannot get out of neutral unless you've got your side stand up. So let's kick that up, and let's tap the kill switch one time, and there we go. We've come out of neutral, and we can accelerate now. Turn signals, and push to close, or push to turn off, high beam and low beam, and your horn as well. You've got mirrors there as per standard. Hey, that's me, how's it all going? And that's about it. This thing's pretty awesome, but I don't have it set up for this environment. So you know what? Let's go and change the tires and see what we can do. So going down a big hill like this is pretty sweet, but because I've got these road tires on, I'm getting into a situation where I've just got to ride the brakes the whole way down. If I turn around right now and try to go back up this hill, we're going to have no chance of that even being achieved. There is a large skid mark in front of me, which is my attempt at getting up this hill. And if I turn around, I'll do it right now. This is not even remotely going to be able to get up this hill. And that's purely because of our tyre choice. So we're doing a full-on front-wheel drive skid at the moment. This is me sitting here. If we give it a little bit of encouragement, it does move, but as you'll see, we've just got skidding. So we need a tyre that can handle this. Check this out. That's mud and cow poo. So we've got a pretty hectic environment here today. Let's go get these tyres changed and I can't actually physically change the tyres out here. Well, I could, but it would just take a long time. So what I've done is I've actually got spare wheels with different tyre treads on them. Bit of effort involved, probably about 10 minutes to change the tyres, change the wheels. At first, it's weird to get used to each wheel being its own power plant. And there are benefits to this, such as no chains or sprockets, because even with the small amount of riding I've just done now, any normal motorcycle without an enclosed chain guard would need a proper chain clean, but we've got no problems with the UBCO hub motors. However, they do weigh much more than normal wheels. The earliest UBCO models had thinner spokes, and after extensive testing, these thicker gauge spokes were used for the latest version of the 2x2. Thick spokes, a 1 kilowatt motor, and a 1.85 by 17 inch alloy rim combined to make a pretty robust power plant, and we've got 2 of them on the bike. Alright, so it took a bit of effort, but we have changed over the tyres to knobbly. We're straight to knobblies, so we're going to jump on knobbly tyres. We've got the racks there, so we're going to see what the load capacity is like, and Andrew's going to follow me around on a quad bike, so let's see what this thing can actually handle now that it's set up for it, because road tyres were not the tahi. It doesn't have enough torque, I think. I need to run it. So, I'm having to walk up this hill. I feel like these wheels have less power. Really? I'm going to see if it's in eco mode or boost mode. So UBCO has an app, I'm using it right now, and I'm going to connect to this bike, and I'm going to see what power mode I'm in. There's the problem, eco mode, boost mobile, hook it up. We want it now. Might actually make it up now. I'll come back. It's so mushy and filthy. Yeah. I'm going to see if I can make it up this hill in boost mode. Eco just didn't have enough torque. Eco with the road tyres was interesting because it had enough torque to spin the tyres all the way up, so it felt like there was lots of power, but when you actually get the grip down it didn't have enough power to push it up. So let's see if this torque is better. One thing I do know is that the rear motor is always putting out a little bit more power than the front, even though it might not seem like it. The reason it might not seem like it is sometimes you get front wheel spin, and I guess you get front wheel spin because you've got less weight over it, and you've got a lot of weight on the rear wheel, so you don't, obviously it doesn't spin. I guess this is quite steep. Like if I stopped here on my Honda Wave or the XRM 125, I actually tested the XRM 125 on this property. Close. It wouldn't make it up here either if you just accelerated from a stop.
No, you need speed.
So this is full acceleration at the moment.
Cultivating.
What?
Cultivating.
Yeah. This is the fun part. Whoa! So, in a lot of these videos I've seen people talk about how, oh, it can't go up a really steep hill. Cool story. Neither could anything else that would go, I mean, maybe an Argo 6x6, you know those things that go in water?
Yeah.
That could make it up.
Maybe.
I don't think there's many things that would. If you had an Ag 200, I'll throw a photo up now, or any other farm bike, you'd lose traction there quite heavily if you weren't going fast enough. Maybe if you got a run up from the bottom, you'd be okay. But even then, all this bog and this mush here, it just would let the rear wheel dig in instantly, and you'd kind of just cake it up. It'd turn into a slick, and then you wouldn't really be able to go up anything. But as you can see, regardless of that, you can rip around and have the best time of your life. And That's what I've been doing with these knobbly tyres. So I think they're pretty capable. We've also got a situation where we've got storage on the front and back now as well. So when I first filmed this thing at the start, I didn't have these racks on. These racks attach really easily. If Andrew could show us where, there's these little lugs all over the bikes. Like there's one over here too. And they're all over the bike, and they've got, I think it's an M8 bolt in the back. And you can just kind of chuck anything you want in there. How much stuff we can load up on this, that's probably the next best thing to do. I might rip around here a couple more times.
Good thing it's got a low slung frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it to cut around here. Does have good sideways grip.
We look maxed out. Suspension wise, no, we look pretty good.
The rear's pretty saggy, but there's a bit there.
Okay.
How's it handled?
I can only go this way.
Okay. Suspension still moving?
Yeah, it's moving. I can't really turn. Ah! I'll see if I can ride fast. If they fall off, they fall off. G'day, mate!
It's going to fall off up there, the furthest part away. Yep. Just in the shed, mate.
They don't teach you this in City Boy High School. I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, this is a tipper.
Oh, a tipper?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
We're good. And then this one.
Nice.
Sweet. I think that's about it with the farm style agricultural activities. I think we go off-roading, go 4x4 now, 2x2, over in the mud in the corner over there. And we'll just see kind of how it goes in low speed, deep mud. I reckon we can do the whole puddle.
Yeah.
So for me, this is what's most fun. Going really slow. Not as slippery as I thought it might be.
Surface water.
Can I do it fast?
Yeah.
Ah, it's disgusting.
You got to come back now.
What's that?
Come back.
Okay.
You're not going to get more wet. Sit down.
Overall, the UBCO 2x2 is an incredibly fun piece of kit. While being incredibly unique, there is the Rokon that does exist, and if I don't say anything about it, someone will mention it in the comments. This is small bike stuff after all. But with fewer moving parts and instant electric power, the UBCO has almost created a league of its own. Sure, it's more expensive than a Honda Trail 125, but it's considerably cheaper than many name brand electric mountain bikes. So, is it worth it? Well, that totally depends on what you'd use it for. While it was designed for Kiwi farms, the 2x2 is seeing a huge uptake in the new and exponentially expanding last mile delivery industry, along with the US market increasingly purchasing the 2x2 as an addition to their recreational fleet. Work, play, or both? It's up to you with the UBCO 2x2.